Howdy peeps. Today we're going to explore why LDS singles should expect miracles to happen in their lives. Join the Journey Radio starts right now.
Maverick to range control. Entering Point Alpha. Confirm green range.
Maverick, range control. Green range is confirmed. I don't see an event scheduled for you, sir.
Well, I'm going anyway.
Nice.
I get all excited. I'm like JoJo, the idiot circus boy with a pretty new pet.
Excellent!
No different. Only different in your mind. You must unlearn what you have learned.
Are you mocking me?
We don't want you to get ruffled. Let's just say I was agreeing with you in a totally unusual way.
Remember, all I'm offering is the truth.
You can't handle the truth!
Now, do you need me to elaborate? Or can we just crack on?
And here we go.
Hit it!
Welcome to the infusion of positive energy into the lives of single Latter-day Saints everywhere. This is Joy in the Journey Radio.
And welcome back, peeps, to the wonderful, splendiferous, joyous episode of Join the Journey Radio. I'm Lance, your host for Join the Journey Radio, and this is episode number 427. Do you expect miracles? Yes, that is the question of the day. Do you expect miracles? I think the question, it should be yes, but for many of us, it's not. So that's what we're talking about today. So if you're joining us for the live program, in the live stream, the chat, go to the chat, light it up. Get those torches and light it up. Tell us where you're from. And if you're watching the video after the fact, well, we can forgive you for not being in the live stream. Don't slip up again. Be there next time. You find a schedule of our live stream up on our website, jointhejourneyradio.com. And yeah, they're right there. It's perfect. So yeah, just join the live stream and it shows you the schedule. And then there's the right there on the same page, there's the viewing screen and the chat window, and you can get in and activate it and join us for the live program there, jointhejourneyradio.com. So, but if you are watching it after the fact, go ahead and help us with the algorithms by making a comment, telling us where you're watching the program from. So before we dive into the episode of Join the Journey Radio for tonight, I want to share with you some news. This is up to the minute news. Up to date with events that happened today. I mentioned earlier in the year about some difficulties that I was having with the landlord for this space where the JJ Thrive Zone is currently situated. Yes, that's right. We're broadcasting live from the JJ Thrive Zone. And the discussion I was having with my landlord wasn't really much of a discussion. I mean, it's a discussion, like air quotes. Not really much of a discussion before today because my landlord, everyone so associated, simply ignored my perspective on the situation. They were just insistent. And they thought I would just hammer their point of view and just kept hammering it and ignoring me, that I would just eventually capitulate and surrender to them all kinds of money for what I don't know. That's the question I have. It's like, well, why am I being charged this, and this? And they're just like, just pay up. Well, okay. Not much of a discussion there. If you're not willing to see somebody else's point of view or answer questions, really engage in working with someone to find a resolution that's mutually agreeable. Today, I saw a change to that. Today, I actually saw a willingness to consider my perspective and answer some of the questions that I've been posing. So I still have some unresolved questions that I haven't gotten answers to yet. But now our discussion, quote unquote, has become a real actual discussion. Now, notwithstanding the answers that I may or may not receive, it seems very likely that I will need to find a new space for the JJ Thrive Zone. I'm not sure right now what that's going to look like. I'm not exactly sure when the change is going to take place. It could be next month or even next week. But at this point, the change is very likely to come very soon. So don't be surprised when it is. Speaking of surprise, that's exactly the emotion many LDS singles would show to see a miracle appear in their life. I mean, it would be like, what in the world is this? You'd be so surprised to see it because so many of us have accepted disbelief. It's not just that we disbelieve, we've accepted disbelief. And it's not just accepting disbelief. We've gone a step further. We've been conditioned into continuing said acceptance that we simply don't believe that miracles can occur in our lives. It's easy to believe they can occur for someone else in a distant time or in another place. It's even easy to believe they could happen for someone else who lives today in the place where we live. But when someone looks at one so thoroughly conditioned to accept disbelief that it becomes fact, quote unquote, and asserts that a miracle could happen in that person's life, the knee jerk reaction is to reject the very idea, not only in continuance of disbelief, but even in defense of disbelief. If that describes someone you know, even in the smallest degree, please share this episode of Join the Journey Radio with them. And if that likewise describes you, then I hope you pay close attention here and now, because this episode of Join the Journey Radio is for you. I'm going to share some things with you that you probably need to hear. And I know you probably need to hear them because there was a time in my life when I myself needed to hear them. We LDS singles, regardless of our propensity to believe or to disbelieve, need to nourish our thinking with better assumptions, better perspectives, better attitudes, and better self talk. The idea of expecting miracles encompasses all four of those elements. For example, too many LDS singles assume that the future will be just like the past. The past is what it is, but the past is somehow indicative of the future. The past is somehow prophetic. It's telling us what the future is going to be. That's true only if we keep making the same choices that we made in the past. But, these singles place so much emphasis on the choices that others make and how things in the past didn't work out for them. Then they put so much of their emphasis and focus there, they do not perceive the power inherent in their own choices to make changes so that the future doesn't have to be like the past. It can be different. It can be better. But the discouraging outlook is what many LDS singles cling to tenaciously, and that encourages a despondent attitude. All of these elements then reinforce themselves in self-talk. What's the point of trying? Why would anyone choose me? I'm not good enough. I will never be loved. All these messages played on autopilot via habits of thinking reinforce the false assumptions, the diminished perspectives, the failing attitudes that will never lead to success. And the longer those messages play, the more we tend to believe them, the more we tend to consider them to be quote unquote fact. And then the madness deepens further still. We start seeing quote unquote evidences that quote unquote prove our beliefs, proves that they're much more than mere quote unquote facts. We then move from seeing, just evidences to collecting evidences and then reviewing them until our facts, that miracles could never happen for us become our own brand of quote unquote truth. But the actual truth, the real truth, is that miracles can occur in your life, regardless of what has happened to you, regardless of the messages you have been feeding yourself, regardless of the evidences that would support the contrary. The same God who is love is also a God of miracles. So if you are not beyond his love, and we all know that none of us ever are out of reach of his love, how could you be beyond having a miracle in your life? Miracles are real, and miracles can not only happen to others in their lives, it can happen to you in your life. The first step to seeing those miracles is to believe. Believe so much that you start to expect them. Expecting miracles in your life assumes that miracles can and will come to you. Expecting miracles exchanges the perspectives focus on the past for one's focus not just on the future, but on a future that's very different from the past. Expecting miracles encourages an optimistic, positive attitude, and expecting miracles encourages uplifting self talk. I'll keep trying because I will succeed. My miracle will choose me. I'm more than good enough for my miracle. My miracle will happen because I'm already loved. See, there's a night and day difference between expecting miracles and the less effective ways of thinking that many LDS singles choose to tolerate. Many so choose because they simply aren't aware of the difference. But having that awareness, why would you choose not to expect a miracle? I mean, why would you choose to have a future that's exactly the same as your past? Why would you cheat yourself of the glorious best life you could have? Of course, miracles are more likely to come and therefore easier to expect when you get your game on. So serve faithfully in your church calling. Take care of your responsibilities, including those involving self-care. Put yourself in a good financial position. Improve your mental health with daily practices that promote emotional well-being. These changes likely won't come overnight, but every effort, no matter how small, to move in that direction moves you closer into a space where miracles can more easily come. Stories of miracles also encourage us to suspend our disbelief and expect miracles. A friend of mine once invited me to come with him to a neighboring stake that offered a Sunday school class for singles. Now, his real interest in attending that Sunday school class was a special person of interest, as he called her. And during the drive back, he told me that they'd met only 1 month ago. Now, I was surprised to hear that because given the way that they hugged each other in the parking lot before leaving, I mean, this wasn't just a hug. This was a hug. Not just a hug, but a hug. Oh, feeling good hug. I mean, given the way they hugged each other in the parking lot before leaving, I thought they'd known each other much longer than just a month. But apparently they just hit it off really well. I call that a miracle. And since we really aren't all that different on a fundamental level, if it happened to one, it can happen to all. Stop limiting the Lord and start believing in the miracle he wants you to have in your life. Expect those miracles in your life. Believing in and opening yourself up to the possibility can improve your probability of success. By working as you can on improving yourself and your situation, you can move yourself into the space where your miracle can more easily come. That miracle can be the door that swings your best life wide open to you, and that will bring you more joy in your journey. Well, peeps, that's all for this episode of Join the Journey Radio. I know we're cutting it super short tonight, but I thought I'd give you a little concentrated dose of truth. And so I hope it was helpful. Thanks to every one of you for joining in today. If you have something that you'd like to say about what we discussed today, well, let's check out the chat and see if anyone in the live stream had anything to say about the chat. Let's see. I feel like I just have Jeopardy music playing in the background while I'm checking. Do, 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 dum, dum. But then that would be anticlimactic because there's nothing in the chat. Nothing in the chat. So if you have something you'd like to say about what we've discussed today, you're probably watching it as a video after the fact. So just go ahead and leave your comment down below. If you have a topic or a question you'd like to see addressed here on Join the Journey Radio, then go ahead, let us know with a comment down below. If there's something that we can do to help you overcome the challenges of LDS singles life, then yep, you got it. Leave a comment down below. You can also go to the contact page that we have at jointhejourneyradio.com/contact. Send us a message with the form you find on that page. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share our content that you find helpful so the algorithms will get more of our content out to help other LDS singles. And that's why Join the Journey Radio is here. We want to help LDS singles thrive in their single years. So the more we can help, the more we're fulfilling our purpose. So until next time, peeps, this is your host reminding you there is joy to be had all along your journey. So take that joy and be on.
You and I have witnessed many things, but nothing as bodacious as what just happened.
Check it out. Look at I'm in really bad shape. Come on, please, please.
Bob.
Give me. I need.
My God, pull yourself together.
I get to lay in a bed by myself all of my life. It's fantastic.
You're killing me, Smalls.
Truly, you have a dizzying intellect.
Wait till I get going.
Where was I?
Suck it.
Run away!
Bye-bye, boys.
Have fun storming the castle.
Think it'll work?
It would take a miracle.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, we did it. We did it. Come on. Give me some. Give me some. Give me some. Give me some of that. Yeah. Woohoo! I will see you cats on the flip-flop later.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.